Hello, Year 3. I'm going to introduce you to this week's writing task. Now, I thought we'd try something a little bit different this week. We're going to try some poetry. Now, a lot of the poems that we've been reading in school this year and writing have been rhyming poems, so using rhyming words at the end of each line. But this one's going to be slightly different. We're not going to use rhyme for this poem. We're going to use repetition. And every single verse of this poem is going to start with the same line. It's going to say, "In the ocean of dreams I saw." You'll see that on your screen at the moment. So we're going to be thinking about our poem, about creatures that live under the sea. And we're going to be imagining what we might see under there and what they might be doing. But we're going to create 5 verses for our poem. So the first thing we need to do is start putting together our plan, the things that we're going to use. Now, if I show you the first verse of my poem, you can see how it's structured. So it says, "In the ocean of dreams I saw one friendly dolphin leaping over frothy waves." So we're going to use our numbers in order. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to create 5 verses, and each time the numbers are going up in order. After our number, we need to then add an adjective to describe our noun. The nouns are going to be creatures that we find in the ocean. And then the adjectives are the words that we're going to use to describe those animals. So here I've got one friendly dolphin. And then for the second line that we add, we're going to need a verb. So I've used leaping over frothy waves. And we need to make sure that all the time we're thinking about those watery words like waves, so that we're always making sure that our poem links back to being around the ocean. So let's have a look at the plan. Now I've put the numbers in for you, and I want you to make sure that you really check your spellings when you're writing those numbers as words, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The next thing we need to plan are our nouns. So what kind of creatures might we find in the ocean? We've already used dolphins. We could have starfish. We might find some crabs in the ocean, or seahorses. They're lovely, aren't they? Turtles, gorgeous turtles. Sharks, something a bit scarier. Maybe jellyfish. Okay, so there's lots of things we could find in the ocean. And then adjectives to describe them. Now we've got to have a think about how we're going to put these into our sentence. So don't really want any colours. I don't want you to say blue, green, pink. I want you to be really adventurous and try and think of some adjectives that you could use to describe these ocean creatures. So it might be happy or friendly. We could give them some human qualities. You might say beautiful. You might say elegant or magnificent. Those are all really lovely words. Or when I'm thinking about a dolphin leaping out of the water, I'm thinking he's really energetic. Oh, got that wrong, sorry. Energetic. And then verbs. What is the creature doing? Now we need to make sure that we really think about what the animals could be doing in the water. So if we say walking or strolling, like we used before, they're not really going to work. We can't really have the animals strolling along the water. It doesn't really make sense. But we might have leaping, could be leaping out or jumping out of the water or jumping into the water. We might have dancing. Now take care when you spell dancing, because this is dance, the verb. But if we're going to add ing, our suffix ing, we need to put the e in the bin and add ing. So we've got dancing. Same for hiding. They could be hiding behind a rock. If we want to change hide into hiding, we need to put the e in the bin and add the ing. What else? Splashing, that's a nice watery verb. Or bobbing up and down in the water. Or the obvious one is swimming. We've got lots and lots of ideas there. We've got our numbers, we've got our nouns, we've got our adjectives, and we've got our verbs. Okay, so remember, this is what we're going to do. Every verse starts with, "In the ocean of dreams I saw." Then we're going to start with using our numbers in order, followed by an adjective, followed by a noun. And then we're going to explain what the noun is doing using a verb. So under here, I've started my poem. In the ocean of dreams I saw one friendly dolphin leaping over frothy waves. And then I miss a line, because starting a new verse in a poem is a bit like starting a new paragraph in a story. You need to miss a line. And then that's where we bring in our repetition. We start every single verse with, in the ocean of dreams I saw. Now, the next number is 2. So in the ocean of dreams I saw 2. Okay, I need to go back to my plan and I need to choose another sea creature. So this time I think I might choose seahorses. So I'm going to use seahorses. And seahorses are quite elegant, aren't they? They're quite elegant, tiny, and they move gently in the water. So I might say 2 elegant seahorses. Let me add that to my verse. Elegant seahorses. In the ocean of dreams I saw 2 elegant seahorses. Now, what might they be doing? Let's go back to my plan. Oh, I like this word for seahorses, dancing, because when the seahorse moves around in the water, they've got that really curly tail and it kind of looks like it's wiggling around, a bit like a dance move. So I'm going to use dancing as my verb. So new line in my poem, dancing. Now here's a great place to use those prepositions that we've been practicing. So I'm going to say amongst. That's kind of like going in and out between something. The seagrass, because you could quite often find seahorses in and out of coral reefs or seagrass. So that's verse number 2 of my poem. In the ocean of dreams I saw 2 elegant seahorses dancing amongst the seagrass. So I've got 2 verses now, 1 friendly dolphin, 2 elegant seahorses. So I'm sure you can work out what comes next. We've got this line for a new verse in our poem. We're keeping with that repetition. In the ocean of dreams I saw. What number do I need next? 3. Okay, 3. I'm going to go back to my plan. And I need to choose another noun, another creature from the sea. I'm going to choose jellyfish. They're very strange creatures, aren't they? And not nice if you get stung by one. Now, jellyfish, they're quite magnificent, aren't they? They don't really look like anything else that you see, especially in the ocean. So, magnificent jellyfish. And when the jellyfish move, they kind of bob, don't they? They go up and down and they expand and sort of squish out and then in and out. And so it kind of looks like they're bobbing up and down in the water. So I'm going to use bobbing. So I've got jellyfish. I'm going to use magnificent and I'm going to use bobbing. Let's put that together. So in the oceans of dreams, I saw 3 magnificent jellyfish bobbing. Now, I want them to go past something. That's my preposition. They're going past. What might be in the ocean that they could go past? Oh, maybe a shipwreck. Might be an old shipwreck right at the bottom of the ocean. So, in the ocean of dreams I saw 3 magnificent jellyfish bobbing past a shipwreck. Now, I'm not going to carry on because I'm sure you can start to see the pattern of this poem. And you'll know that next you need to start a new verse in your poem. Again, using that repetition with in the ocean of dreams I saw and the next number. So it will be 4 something. Tell me what they're doing. And then you'll do another verse which will have the number 5. Okay, so you'll end up having 5 verses to your poem, and each verse will start with the words in the ocean of dreams I saw. Okay? Right, have a great time doing this. Make sure you think about lots and lots of sea creatures. Make sure you do a really good plan to start with lots of ideas, because that will really help you to create a great poem. Okay, don't forget to share on Twitter or with your class teacher emails, because we love seeing your work. Have a great day, everyone.